This is going to be a continuation of the WText Widget. As you can see, we display the value. This is a simple example into the browser window. Now I'm going to show you how you can use HTML tags and even use for loops and using the Widget. So let's get started. As you can see, this is a continuation of the previous project, so we don't need to create a brand new project. We displayed our value onto the screen. Now I'm going to show you how to use a horizontal rule and display that onto the browser window. So what we want to do is take the same object, and this is the neat thing about C++, initialize it again and create a horizontal rule, and then just add it back to the parent. So as you can see, all we did was pass in a horizontal rule tag and added it back to the parent. We initialized the same object again. So the beauty is it's going to display this value and this value at the same time. So if we save this, make sure our server is not running. Let's see here. Yep, our server is running. Let's see if we can close it. Alright, and we will compile it. Alright, as you can see, the executable has been moved. If we run the server, bring up Chrome, and as you can see, it displayed our horizontal rule all the way across the screen. Now, again, according to the documentation, the WTI rule is used as the primary means to display information onto the screen. So that's the great thing about this library. If you wanted to just teach C++, which I'm not trying to teach you, C++ necessarily, but how to use the library, you could use the browser window instead of using the console window. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to shut down the server. And let me change this. I'm going to make our index. I'm going to use our index variable and display the heading tags from 1 to 5 onto the browser window. So we're going to make this less than or equal to 5. And you'll see why I started index at 1 instead of 0. So what we want to do is take our response object again, initialize it again. I went ahead and just closed up the parentheses, create a WTI string, and we're going to create a header tag. I'm just going to create like this for right now. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with it. Okay, there's our header tag. We have header 1. But what we want to do is, we don't want to use the value of 1. We want to use a placeholder. And the same thing here. Create a placeholder here. So guess what? That means now we want to take the index variable and make it an argument of our WTI string. So now you're going to have heading 1 through 5 displayed on the browser window because we're reinitializing it each time. And the value we want to display is hello WTI. And you'll see the example in a minute. Make sure everything is the way I want it to be. Make sure I don't have any errors. And if we compile this, okay, and we run the server, we bring up Chrome, we already see what we already have. Oh, I already know what I did wrong. I did not add it to our application root. As you can see, it can compile fine, but if you make a mistake, let's try it again. I think this should get us to where we need to be this time. Okay, let's run it and refresh. And as you can see, there you go. It did from 1 to 5, the greatest to the least. And like I said, all I did was create a placeholder for each one of the header tags. So you could do this for any tag that you want to do in HTML. One thing about Witty though, it's not going to let you do any kind of HTML. They do have the library is built in to keep you from doing cross-site scripting. So just keep that in mind. You can't just do any type of HTML and JavaScript. You know, it's for your own safety. But that is another example of how to use WText. I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye-bye.